Hello, happy Monday. I have this like light coming through the window somewhere. Hi. There's Tammy and Becky and Sandy. Welcome. So glad that y'all are here. Y'all are right on time. Y'all are on YouTube. You always get started quicker than Facebook for some reason, but um I hope y'all had a good weekend. I'm going to tell you in a minute what I did, which I thought was really fun. But I was talking about the window. There's like this little piece of light there it is, that I cannot get rid of, and I don't know where it's coming from. I have this window way up high, and it's an arch, and it has blinds that are closed, but just a little bit can peek through. So every once a year, a couple times a year, I have it peeking through, and oh well, don't be distracted. Are y'all distracted by shiny objects? Man, I sure am. If I'm in church and someone's on their phone and it reflects the light bulb from the ceiling reflects off their phone, I'm like, you've lost me. I don't even know what's happening right now. So distracted easily. Hi, April, Deborah, Lori. Y'all, guess what I'm wearing today? I'm wearing my earrings that my friend gave me for Christmas last year. Or was it the year before? It was last year. And she accused me of never wearing them. Can you believe that? I said, first of all, there's only so many days that I get dressed. I don't get dressed a lot. And the days that I do, they're Mondays, and I only have 4 Mondays. And what if I have 5 sets of Christmas earrings? What do? I have to mix them up. But anyway, I was so excited today when I remembered, oh yes, I have those. So aren't they cute? Oh, thank you, Lori. That's so sweet. Had such a fun weekend because my sweet daughter went with me to the movies, and we saw Wicked. And I don't know what your opinion is on Wicked, but here I had a good time. We had a good time. It was very entertaining. Yes, it's creepy. The witch part is creepy and all that. I don't like that part, but the overall experience was good. It was 2 hours and 40 minutes. It did not seem like it, but the main thing is that I was with my girl, and we have been on Broadway to see it, so that made it extra special because we've seen it there, and that was the first time we had ever seen it, and then we went to the theater here to see it together. So it was nice to spend time with her. There's not a lot that she doesn't have time to do stuff with me because she's got 2 jobs and she's going to school, so that was sweet. Anyway, I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. So today and next week, we're doing 2 days of a study. And Jenny, do you have that link? That's the other link. To a study. It's three lessons, but we're going to do 2 today and 1 next week. Okay. And then today we're going to do the sketching out of this artwork on the screen. And then next week we'll watercolor it. And then if you're interested in doing it on the iPad next week after class, I am going to go over to the iPad week Facebook group, and I'm going to do the class on the iPad. So next week you can be with me for a long time. But that'll be right after this lesson next week. All right. Lots going on. I hope you guys are getting excited and ready for Christmas. I decorated for you. Do you see my trees in the background and the lights? It's not beautiful, but I did put a little effort into it. I would love for it to be like so pretty and decorative, but I was like, I have to focus on my lesson and what I'm doing. So anyway, let me also show you today. If you got the email, oh, hang on. If you got the email, you got a template. I don't know if y'all can hear Oreo, but she is sawing some logs right now. She's having a good nap. Extra camera, hold on. Share. Okay. So if you get my emails, then you probably got a template for today. And this is what it looks like. And no, this is not what it's going to look like when we color it. I was practicing, and I was thinking, okay, what else could you guys do with this? Because we're going to trace it after this class, or draw it. I may sketch it out and let y'all follow me. But this is me playing with different colors and things, because you might can take this to your church, or like have, neighborhood kids over, or maybe your grandkids. I don't have any kids in my life, so I'm like, I can't wait till one day when I can do this. But I wanted to show you, if it were me and I was hosting an event and the kids were going to color. First of all, it depends on the age group, but you definitely have my permission to print these out and let them color them. This I did with watercolor, and although I think you can use watercolor, it's not as user-friendly. Now, if you have just the real cheap watercolors and you've got a 3-year-old that just loves to watercolor, great, go for it. But if someone is like real picky about their art, they might get frustrated because it's hard, because it's not the right kind of paper, but still it works. You can see it works. The other thing I used were Crayola markers, which, they've been around forever, and I grew up with these and I love them. And the reason I have these and I'm not pulling out my good markers is because I would rather, kids use these because they don't know how to protect the markers as much, that they can smash them and I'm not going to care. They're cheap, right? And so that is, I colored, let's see, I colored right here. This is this part here. All of this, all of the family is colored with markers. And then if you look here, this is, to me, for the best for the younger kids. I think this is like a crayon, but it's soft and it's just, I don't know. I love the way it works and how you hold it and everything. And you twist. Do you twist it? Yeah. No? Do you? Yeah, you twist it to make it come up. But you know how crayons will break off and everything, and then you have to peel them and all that. These are just really soft, and they're like butter. They go on like butter. So if you're looking for something to get for some kids, to color at your house, or even just to give as a gift, I like these Crayola signatures. They're fun. And then if I had older kids, I probably would get some colored pencils for them, which anybody can use colored pencils. But if the younger kids write too hard with it, then it'll break the tip, and then you've got to sharpen and all that. So to me, this is easy. These are easy. So true. My granddaughters use my good markers. I'm always saying, be gentle, don't smash them. Absolutely. Because we know, like, we know. Yes, it's a great coloring sheet for Sunday school. Good, Donna. I'm excited. Y'all let me know whenever you use these, because it blesses my heart to think like something I've drawn that like is being used in that way. I just love it. So this is not what our finished product is going to look like, right? This is me playing with different products, but it was fun. Okay. It's so therapeutic to color, man. I forgot. You did not find the Bible study link in Trello. Huh. Okay. I'm going to go to Trello. That should be in there. And I'm just going to double check. Jenny, can you come on and talk for a second? I put her on the spot. Tell them what you've been making.
What I was showing you earlier?
Yeah, you don't have to show them, because it's kind of a surprise for for the tribe members, but you can tell them a little bit.
Well, I've been doing some ornaments. Hi, y'all, everybody.
Introduce yourself.
I've been doing some ornaments. My tree is probably 50% all handmade ornaments. I make new ones every year, and I really like doing that. I'm actually working on a couple of them with an A&M theme. Like this is where my son goes to school, Texas A&M, and so I'm making a few for his roommate, he and his roommate, and so that'll be a surprise when they get those. And I've been doing all kinds of different ones. So
they're so cute. I cannot wait. It's gonna be fun. Okay, I just listed it here, and just for future, it is under monthly Devo schedule, and it's got the picture of the Silent Night. It's right under that.
But I thought that was on it. Mine says it was to
the awesome relationships.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
It's got 3 different links on there, but they're all 3 different Bible studies.
That is so weird. Never mind, y'all. Okay, well, I want to be able to share it, but if I send it to you right now, how should I send it to you?
You can just send it to me in Gmail.
Okay, so because the email in the past does not work sometimes.
Okay.
So you think that'll work?
I think so. That, and you can just text it to me and send it to me in Gmail, and then I'll find it on there.
Gloria and Becky are in here. Woo! Good. Awesome. They found it, but they
What's the
probably
name
got
of
it by email.
what's
So
the
I
name of the study?
so I sent it somewhere. Um uh hang on, let me send it to you first because I can't do two things at once. For sure. Sorry,
Hey,
y'all.
Jackie. Susan is asking, where do you get the coloring pages?
Okay, so the coloring pages, email. Hi, Susan. Good to see you on here. Okay, if you are not on you should be on my email list. And today, about an hour ago, my assistant Brittany sends out an email before Devos and Doodles, and she gives the link for this. So if you guys should have gotten an email if you're on my email list. And then Brittany's here. Hi, Brittany. She sent it to the group text, Jenny. Yeah, I sent it to the group text, but I thought I put it somewhere else. Okay, and then hi, Susan. There's another Susan asking for the coloring sheets. So if you are on our email list, you can get the coloring sheets from probably this morning. We will send them out again next week, but we'll also come up with a way for you guys to opt in to get it, because yeah, we want to make sure everybody gets them. So hang tight. We'll have them ready for y'all and we'll send them by email. So, okay, hope that helps. Did that answer y'all's questions? Okay, Jenny, sorry.
It's
You
okay.
mean you made to take you off?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the study that we're doing, y'all, is I looked for something that was only, oh, a bunch of y'all just joined. Awesome. Okay. It's called 400 Years of Silent Nights. All right. And it's like I said, it's only three sessions. I call them sessions because we do it once a week. This is geared for once a day. So I hope you guys do your own devotionals every day since we don't meet every day. And this is such a good resource. If you're not familiar with it, this is the Bible app that is by YouVersion. So I just put it on my phone for free and the studies are free. And so we're going to get started. Okay. For many during that time, the night that Christ was born, much like the nights prior, the people of that day were living their lives without honor for the sacred and holy laws that God had given them. The birth of Jesus was necessary, but only because, much like today, sin rather than righteousness. I don't feel like that's right. Is that the right one? No, sorry. It's like, that's not how it started. Okay. Okay. Have you ever experienced a season in your life where you felt God was silent? A moment when the stillness of the soul meets the silence of the Savior? This was the setting of the world upon Jesus' arrival. 400 years of complete silence from God were tucked between the Old and New Testaments. For 400 years, God didn't speak a word to the Israelites. It was as if he'd said all there was to say to the previous generations. There were no clouds above guiding them, no voice of a prophet warning them, no angels appearing to them, no leader being instructed to them, no miracles, signs, or wonders for them. The silence echoed his sovereignty. The voice who led the Israelites out of bondage and into freedom led them to the promised land, established their systems of prosperity and justice, and carried them through self-destruction was no longer saying a word. Words can express how dreadful and difficult silent seasons can be. Days feel shorter, nights feel longer, and the waiting often feels unbearable. Your silent night may be waiting for a doctor's report or the final decision of a court case. It may be praying for a child who's walked away from God, or it may be hearing back about a job that you desperately need. Your silent night may be a sick loved one or an uncertain future. As we prepare for a season of celebration, I want you to first reflect on those 400 years of silence leading to the birth of our Savior. Take a moment to think how life may have been different if Jesus had not broken the silence. And I got a little emotional because I'm thinking of a lot of you may be struggling with some of these things. Like it's so hard to, any of these things that I just read. I think about a child who's walked away, a job, the desperate, when you feel so desperate about certain things, um, being sick and you think, am I ever going to feel well again? I felt like that this year. And I finally feel good. I feel really good. I'm sorry. I don't know. I didn't know this was coming. But it is through the Lord that we get through these things. And I mean, like if you first came on here, y'all, I feel so good. It's been so long that I felt so good. And the last month I've just been like, praise the Lord. And I don't know if it was just like COVID, like just not be able to get over that or what it was, but ah, I'm like, thank you, Lord, for giving us this freedom from these things. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the next day. Okay, day 2. As I pondered the 400 years of silence, I honestly felt many unsettling emotions, unlike when I sing the popular Christmas song Silent Night. I've come to learn that the voice of God brings order, honor, and holiness. A world void of his voice breeds chaos, disgrace, and rebellion. No one rules the way God rules because his rulings are fair, just, and loving. Other rulers are self serving, deceptive, and hate fueled. I know you may be thinking this sounds a lot like the world we live in now. And you'd be correct, but we will talk more about that. There is hope. Being ruled by those who are spiritually oppressed leads to the oppression of those who are spiritually lost. In order for a lost and dying world to be saved, we need both God's presence and the fulfillment of his promises. When Jesus came, we were given access to both. The birth of Jesus was a symbol of God's love and redemption for us, his children. The manifest presence of God is required for the salvation that we needed to remove us from the penalty of hell. That is why we need Jesus, Emmanuel, God with us, to break the silence. God was for us, but salvation required that God be with us. So the Christmas story must begin. Okay, and then you can go through and you can read the scriptures that go, you just click over here and then you can read the scriptures that go along with the study. And then next week, we will do this last one that I started reading in the beginning. Okay. But I think why I'm emotional is because I think about a lot of you just had family. You were with family. You were just together with family. Oh, thank you, Lori. And I mean, it really is. It's my heart is for you guys right now. I just feel a heavy burden. Thank you. For I don't know, I just feel like there may be some people here that are struggling. So we pray for you. Let's pray for you. Can I make it? Jenny, help. Okay. I can do this, right? Or I can? Okay, Heavenly Father, we just come to you today and we just ask you to soften someone's heart, to give them grace, to give them wisdom, to help us let go of those things we're hanging on to that we shouldn't. Help us to be more like you, Lord. In your name I pray. Amen. Somebody give me a fan. Let's do some art. Art takes care of everything. Art heals everything. Okay, so if you haven't gotten the what did I do with that? If you haven't gotten the template, you'll be able to get it. So just watch today and I'll show you how to draw it. But this is what the template looks like. It went out by email today, I believe. Tell me in the comments, write down template if you already got the template. If you did get this, I just want to make sure that I'm sure she sent it out, but I want to make sure like I do a lot of stuff on the weekend and my workers, they get on Monday and they've got to figure out what all I've been doing because I've been a little busy bee. I have had a lot going on. Okay, good. Tammy got it. Yes, April got it. Yay. Okay, the template went out. So if you have an email, go check and it'll be there. So here's the template. Now, what can you do with this? I showed you. If you weren't here in the beginning, you can let kids color it, take it to church or grandkids or whatever. That's free for you to use however you want to use it. I'm going to teach today. I'm going to show you how to sketch it out. And then next week we'll watercolor it. And then after class next week, in the iPad week group, I'm going to show how to do it on the iPad. Okay? Okay. Good. Okay, got it. Good. Hi, Candy. Hi, Linda. And other Linda. And Carol. Hi, Deborah. And Gloria, Sandy. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. Sorry if you caught me being emotional. I don't know what happened. I felt the burden. Before I get too far, though, one thing I did not do was share that today at 6 p.m. we're starting the Tags and Treats workshop. If you have not signed up for that and you want to, there's still time. It's $18 and you're going to get so much. You're going to get 4 days of information. You're going to get a Facebook group of people who are excited to share like ideas. You're going to get a printable with a lot of different templates like this right here. I'm going to show you how to do all these things. So it's going to be fun. And this weekend, I was looking at different recipes. I was like, ooh, that looks good. And so today I have a Walmart order coming for some trail mix that I can't wait. It's a sweet and salty one. And I'm like, okay, I got to make this for my people. I got to tell y'all what kind of good snacks there are that you need to be making, right? And I'm all about the easy. Like if it's going to take a lot of effort, and no thanks. That maybe some of y'all are like that, and y'all can talk in the group and y'all can bond over your, whatever you like to make that takes a long time. But for me, it's like 3 ingredients is usually my go-to, But y'all, you can do so many delicious things with pre-made stuff like a pretzel. If you haven't made the pretzel, Rolo, Pagan, where have you been? Where have you been? But we'll be talking about fun, different snacks. So if you're interested, Jenny, do you have that link? You posted a couple recipes. Oh, good, Sue. And Sue was talking about she wants to share recipes that don't have like peanuts because there must be someone in her family with a peanut allergy. And then the last thing about that, real quick, thank you. She just posted the link. Oh, it's way up there. Okay, I missed it. One last thing. Let me show you. I also have a box. If you're interested in getting the subscription box, not the subscription box, it's a one-time thing. Sorry, it's not a subscription, but it's a box of the stuff that a lot of the things that I'll be using, all the projects. It doesn't come with like the markers and things, but it comes with the bags and it comes with the cute little doodads that you use to embellish. It comes with a set of 6 washi tape. That makes it worth it right there. But Jenny, can you put that link too as well? I have one to ship out today. I think I might have only 10 left, I think. So get your box. You got your box Saturday. You love it. Yay, Sue. Yay. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is this is a mixed media notebook. This is what I use to teach in my membership. And so I'm going to go ahead and do this in here. It's not watercolor paper. So watercolor paper would be ideal since I'm going to end up watercoloring this, but it still works. Okay. And then I've got my template and I've got some carbon paper. Now, if you've never used carbon paper, it is your best friend, or graphite paper. People call it different things, or they may have different terms, but there are better quality ones. And you use it over and over and over again. So it'll last you forever. But that's what I'm going to show you how I did this. I've already traced it. Okay. So all I did is I put this here, taped it down with washi tape because washi tape comes up. It's removable. And what I would do different is I will cut it. Now, this is an example of what I would do in my membership. So if you're ever curious, like, what is it like in there? This is what it's like. Every once in a while, I like to do a class outside of the membership just to show people who are, because I would be curious. I'd be like, I don't know if I want to join that. What do they do? Well, today is the day. Today is the day. And we do it on the iPad too, which I'll be showing that as well. Okay. I like to cut this part off. Get rid of that. We don't need that. And the reason is do you see how this is like, I know it's hard to see, but like the silent night starts down here and I wanted it more centered. So I probably would have put this up higher And then it would have been just a little bit higher, not a ton, but a little bit higher. And I also want to make fun of my template because it is hand drawn. And some of you have already thought, huh, whoever built that manger must have been on the liquor because it is a little not, it's not exactly. So you can play around with that if you want to change it. And I would do that before you start tracing. So here's what you could do. Let me see. Let me get a marker. Okay. So if you look at it, I just went with it. I even knew it. I was like, that is off, but it's quirky and fun when things are just not drawn perfectly. Like it's not like a computer that drew it, right? But what you could do is just go like maybe like right here and then down. I think that's a little bit better. Or if you went up and over, you could move this line over a little bit. Then you might have to move them over. When you're on the iPad, it's easy to do that kind of stuff. But I'm just letting you know, if you cannot sleep tonight because I was on Ambien when I wasn't really when I drew this. I don't take that stuff anymore. No. People do crazy things on that stuff. You may know what I'm talking about. Okay. The manger template, if you shrink it on your computer, you can make it the cover of a Christmas card. Ooh, what a good idea. The real manger was not perfect. That's what I'm saying. They were, I don't know what. Yeah, you were right. Yeah, and that is. And look, could you do a Christmas ornament? Yes. There's so many things you could do. And what I've been trying to do for the last few years is draw a manger, like to do this with my group and just change it up a little bit each year. So the first year it was like profiles. And then last year we had a donkey. And then this year is like their face head on. So you know, it never gets old. You have to draw it every year for sure. Okay. So now I'm thinking that I kind of think I want to just show you how to draw it. For those of you who want to learn how to sketch it out and not trace. Let's do that. Now, what I love to use is an erasable pen. Are you okay, Apple? Poor little Apple. She's just coughing up a storm over here. She's I think she's 14. I had an erasable pen. Purposely put it over here. But I love to use erasable pen. This one's not going to show up. This is not the one I had because it's yellow. Well, oh, here they are. Okay, found it. Okay, it's the green one. I think it should show up better. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of look at my template. And then this is exactly how you get a crooked manger, is that you don't use a ruler. Oh, you can't see that, can you? I try not to draw too hard because it makes a harsh line. I know we always put things in front of ourselves. Crafters can never find stuff, even though we just had it. Like, it's not just me. I know that. Okay, and now we're going to go down on this side. So I'm just drawing a rooftop. Okay, and then I'm going to make a little line. Can y'all see that good enough, or do I need to get a black pen? And then I'm going to go up, mimic that line. I should have made a line right here first, so we'd have something to kind of connect to. All right, and then I'm going to go this way. Now, this is an erasable pen, so I do feel good that I can erase it if I need to. I still feel like I'm longer on that side, but again, I'm not going to use a ruler. You can. Now I'm going to take a line and just go straight down here. And this line straight down here. And now I've got my manger. And I'm not going to do a straight line here because I don't know. I feel like it just wouldn't be straight. Perfectly straight. No one said anything about, I guess you're drawing, about if I need to draw this darker. But I draw it light because I want to erase it when I'm done. I'll go over in a marker in a little bit. Okay, now still got my space up there. So now we can either do our lettering or we can draw the family. Let's just go ahead with the family since we're right here. Okay, now inside, look how this is laid out. We've got baby Jesus in the center, got Joseph. He's taller. I'm sure he was, right? And Mary. And you can switch sides if you want to, whichever side you want them on. But can you see how their shape is just like, it's just like, that looks like a finger. All of a sudden, this looks like a finger to me. See the fingernail? I don't know. It just did. Okay. And then she's got the same shape. And baby Jesus has that shape. So I think let's start with baby Jesus because we can kind of see the legs of the manger. And I'm looking at that he's down a little bit lower than halfway from the manger. Okay, you can barely see. Okay, so we're going to make a curved shape. This is for the manger. It looks like this is a barn with a smelly face. That's what I see. Now we're going to put the manger legs, that's easy. We can do that, right? They're kind of angled out a little bit. I don't like that one as much. I'm going to make it less angled out. Okay, remember, I'm going to go over this in marker. It'll be better in a minute. Now, the reason I didn't continue to draw the shape of the manger is because if you can see, there's more. So now I'm going to draw like this is where the hay would be hanging over. And so just jagged lines. Okay. And then there'll be hay again, but I'm making it a little bit softer because he's laying on it. So he's kind of pressing down on it. Okay. And now baby Jesus's head. So just draw a head right here. The reason he's like, see how it's not proportion to the manger, to the whole manger is because we're focusing on the family. So none of it's supposed to be in proportion. Okay. And then his little body, we're going to draw his little body over here. It's wrapped up in swaddling clothes. We could even, if we wanted to, we can make a little where they wrapped it around, they snuggled around his little head. You know how you do, what do you call that? When you wrap him in a cocoon, you could do that. Okay. Next, we're going to do Joseph. And again, I'm just going to do like a curved shape. Swaddle, thank you. I'm going to start down here. I'm going to go up, and around and down. Now that just seems so strange, doesn't it, to draw a person that way? But it works. Swaddling, that's right. Okay, and then let's go ahead and do her as well. And I'm going to do her dress right here. I'm not calling anything by the right names, I know. And then I'm going to make her come down. Now you can see, and of course, the way they're looking, like you could do so many different things, but just for now, this is how we're going to do it. Now, let's do the, we're going to mimic the shape, okay? We're going to do, this is for the headpiece, and it can go as long as you want it to go. So I'm just going to kind of make it go off right there. And then we'll do hers as well. And you're not going to hurt my feelings if you change this up and yours is completely different. It's fine. Totally fine. And then their face. Now, a lot of times when I do the faces, and this is just like it's not a circle, it's an oval. But a lot of times when I do faces, I don't do their expressions or their features because they look weird. Unless you really, really know what you're doing as an artist and you can teach other people how to do that, it looks better to not. So anyway, you can decide. Let's do the band around here. And here. Okay. Looking good. We know what it is. That's the point, is to know what it is. I kind of want hers to come out a little bit further. And it could even come out a little bit further. Okay, and then let's do his beard. And basically we're just making a squiggly line that came down below that. And you could do it squiggly up above too, if you want to. So today I'm not doing any faces. Now, next week when you come back, who knows? I may change my mind, but today I'm not doing any faces. Okay, so I hope you can see that good enough. I guess I could go ahead and trace it with a marker, and then you'll see it, and then I can move up and do the lettering part. Okay, marker. Well, you know what I want to use? My students know what I want to write with. But can y'all guess in the comments? What do I want to trace it with? If I can find it. If you've been in any of my workshops, you probably know too. Oh, where are you? Yeah. Where is everything that I need? Denny answered. Donna answered. Yep, they know. I love my black glaze pen. It looks good on everything, and it doesn't smear, and it's just so forgiving. Here, while I'm looking, have a moment and look at my snacks that I made, and guess what's in it. Tell me if you've made this before. Ooh, I would give all of you a sample if I could right now. Tell us in the comments if you know what it is, what's in it. There is one ingredient you might not know that's in it. Where are my glaze pens?
She made some of that and brought it to my house last week, and it was really good. I made some yesterday, but it wasn't as good as Christy's. So I don't know I made some last night and it wasn't as good as yours.
I'm really, really good at easy stuff. Okay, so, I wonder what is different. You know what I made that's different that I don't know if I like or not? It's white chocolate chips, which is probably the same thing as almond bark, but I usually use almond bark. But anyway.
I think that's what made the difference.
You did?
I do. I think that's what it was.
I wasn't sure.
Something about when you make it with chocolate, the chips, the morsels, it's a little, I think it's a little better quality chocolate than the almond bark, but that's what I think.
Well, it was great value, so that wasn't super special.
But well, whatever. It was really good. Whatever you did.
Well, thank you. I'll give y'all the recipe in the tags group. Okay. All you see is popcorn and checks. Okay, so what it was is popcorn, pretzels, yes, M&Ms, honey roasted peanuts. She got it right. The honey roasted peanuts. I feel like is there one other thing? I think that's it. Well, the white chocolate. She kept out a secret ingredient. Okay, y'all. When you get a pen like this is the glaze pen. It comes with a little plastic topper. All right. Your jelly rolls may come like this too. Pull that off first, and then you want to get it going. So scribble on something to get it rolling. This is still not even. So let's just for fun. Let's see how, I don't even know if I know what to do with a ruler. I mean, as far as like, what am I going to do? That's about 3 inches. And that's about, yeah, it's quite a bit shorter. Quite a bit shorter. But I mean, I didn't start with the center of the page, so that I just feel like I'm okay with it. But that's 2.5. This is a 1/2 inch longer. And I did it on both of them. Like I didn't even trace this one and I still did it that way. So you do whatever you want to do. If you want to adjust it, one thing I could adjust is, I don't know. Let me hold it up. A lot of times if you hold it up, maybe it could come down a little bit over here. And maybe a little bit over here more. But I'm not going to sweat the small stuff. It's hand drawn. I'm not an architect. Is that better? I don't know. Maybe it could come up this way a little bit. You know, whenever you do draw, when you do learn to draw, you do a lot of sketching. You do a lot of this, you know, and you draw and then you erase and all that. So feel free to do that. Is that better? Sure. Okay. Moving on. Now, what I want to do is remember, this is a really juicy pen and I don't want to smear anything. And so I am going to keep in mind I'm right-handed and I'm going to start tracing from this way over so I don't smear. Does that make sense? So be thinking about yourself, and what might keep you from smearing something. So I think I'm going to go ahead and keep going on the left-hand side. My hands have been falling asleep lately a lot, especially my right one. Jenny, does that mean I need carpal tunnel surgery? Darn. I mean, like when I wake up every morning, it's one of them is asleep. And then sorry, I'm concentrating. Usually the paint makes those little unevenly. That's true. That's true. Don't wait to have the surgery. Well, I talked to my doctor and who was that doctor? Maybe that was a dream. I don't remember. But they just were not concerned about it. I'm kind of iffy here on how I want to. Thank you. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just do some uneven lines here. We could even kind of do it out that way too. Yeah, that works. Still going left to right. So don't smear it. It's raised and it's, if you haven't ever used this before, it is glossy and it dries glossy. It looks wet when it's dry. It's really pretty. Okay. Bless her heart. Can y'all hear her coughing? She coughs all the time. You okay? You okay? And this is, I'm just going to make it kind of, you know, uneven, fuzzy looking because that's the beard. And then what was that line? Oh, that's to the, what is that called? Why can't I think of that? It's not a manger. This is a manger, right? Okay, now I can get rid of this. If you're new, here's something you want to see. I'm going to zoom in. I want you to look for my, okay, look. Can you see those marks where the green is still? There's a lot of, you can't see it as much as I can. But there's green in a lot of places. There's lots of where I outlined it. See the beard, that green part? I am going to erase that. But instead of taking the eraser like I was doing earlier and erasing like this, I'm going to take my heat gun. I feel you. What do you want? Did you finish your bone? And I'm going to heat this up, and it's going to erase all those marks. So keep your eye fixated on maybe a part that, let me see. Okay, see those two parts and the beard? Keep your eyes fixated. I know it's light, but this is going to make it go away, and it's going to dry the black ink off at the same time. Did you see that? Those are gone now. Yep, it's all gone. All gone, all gone, all gone. So that's such a fun trick, and that's one reason that we, my tribe, love using the erasable pen trick. Okay, now, sometimes it comes back. You got it. You might have to do it a second time. Okay. Now we're going to write Silent Night. You feel comfortable. If you want to trace mine exactly, go for it. Or if you want to try it on your own, and I'm going to walk you through that. And this may not look anything like this looks because I practice and practice and practice and practice. And I do it like a million times and get it the way I want it. But that's on the iPad where I can move stuff around. Doing it on paper is totally different story. Totally different story. So inspect it. If you want to do it like mine, I did a huge S. I kind of started over here, right where the line of the manger is. Then midway up the S, I wrote in script print silent. Notice that it is not all on one line. See how if you look at my pen, it's the L, it's touching the bottom of the L, it's touching part of the N, but it's the I and the E and the other part of the N are like way up higher. So we call that bounce lettering. It's fluid, goes up and down. And I did that first, and the manger was already there. So I had this hole, this space. And in this space, I wanted to fill in I wanted it to fit, right? So that's why all these letters are different sizes. And I like mixing up fonts. So capital N, lowercase I, and so on. And this, I did a lowercase g, and I didn't like the way it looked. I usually do, but just in this situation, I didn't. So I went back and changed it to a G. But again, I rewrote this thing 100 times to get it exactly how I want it. So it's practice, practice, practice. All right, so I'm going to just look at this and just kind of try to remember what I did. Okay, the S is really fancy. You're going to go up. Oh, I know it's hard to see. Around. And make a big loop back through. Now, if you look at this, they're not exactly alike, but they still both look good. So don't give yourself a hard time. Just know that you're practicing and learning. Okay, and then I'm going to do I'm going to go with the L. I'm going to go up and then down some. E, and this is something you just kind of have to practice. You have to play with. And then I love making big. I love to cross stuff really big and all. If I look, I could pick that apart, but we're not going to. We're going to keep going. All right, and now, because I don't want to keep erasing, and it's good enough. It's good enough. And I want to take this space now, and I want to fill it in. So I'm going to start with the N. I. Again, you pick upper or lower. And the G, I'm going to go up in here, come down. Now, that's not the same as this. See how this is a little G? That's because things are lined up differently. All right, then the H. I want the H to be the length of the space left, and then the T as well. And that's going to go way down. So look at it, see if you like it, and then adjust it. But don't be too hard on yourself, one, because being a perfectionist takes all the joy out of creating, right? Now, being a perfectionist and wanting to, adjust it is different, right? It's still okay. Like my G, I don't know. I think it's a little bit too low. So I may change something here or there. But if you're like going to throw your paper away every time you try it, let that go, or you will not enjoy the process. That's a little bit better. And this one, I might come in a little bit. Okay, now notice what I did here. I made the star, and instead of doing it on top of the S, I just erased part of the S. Okay, and so I'm going to erase part of the S first and then see. All right, so you're going to make a line straight down. You're going to make kind of like a cross. Oh, I wish you could see this better. I'm so sorry. And then we're going to make an X. Do I need to do that again? Then I just want a little bit of space in between it. It could even be bigger, actually. Let's do it a little bit bigger. Okay, so I'm going to do a straight line. Gosh, that's so funny. That's definitely not straight, but I keep holding it down like I have my iPad and I'm trying to make a straight line. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to do a cross. It's not going to be as long as this line, but however long this line, the X needs to be. If that makes any sense. Whoever you're sending the presents to, Sue, is happy that you're wrapping presents. Okay, now get it to where it's not perfect, but you don't hate it. Okay, you're not mad at it. Make sure before we trace this, you want to make sure all these lines are nice and traced. Now, actually, I was going to go over this with the black, but I think actually this would be nice using a marker, like a brush marker, and making this soft and pretty, and this is harsh lines, and then we'll watercolor it, make it softer next week. So I'm trying to think, do I want to go ahead and do that? I think I'll do that next week. I think we'll stop here. Take a screenshot if you need to, if that's helpful. I mean, you might have the template. Either way, let's see how we did. Did we get it pretty close? I mean, not bad, not bad. It's hard to tell up here, but it's fun to draw it. It's fun to freehand it too. So I hope if you did it along with me, I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope y'all had fun today. I enjoyed being with you. Remember, tonight at 6 p.m. we're starting our Tags and Treats week. And if you're like, what are you talking about? Jenny, can you put the link one more time for that? It's $18. It's 4 days of doing fun Tags and Treats things, meaning like like fun stuff to add, to put Christmas treats in. Like I showed this with the popcorn in it. these kind of things. So I'm going to show you fun ways to put treats together. Does it have to be food treats? No. It can be anything you want to put in there. But we'll be doing cello bags too. I'm going to show you different ways to do it with, this was already printed out. And I mean, I created it on the iPad, and whether you have an iPad or not, you're going to get the, a printout of this. So you can actually just print that out and cut it and fold it. And I'll show you how to do that tonight. So you don't have to actually spend a lot of time making all the things. I'm going to give you a big variety of things that you can do. I hope that makes sense. It's going to be fun. Making treats for your neighbor this week. Aw, she's going to love that. Or he. They're going to love that. Yeah, and that's another thing too, is I want to know, who are you making these things for? And also, it doesn't have to be handmade, it can be a fun little, you know what, our post lady, we love her, and I love to give her a treat, and she would love this, something like this. Here's what I think about something like this. This, she knows I bought from a store. And so she's probably not going to be iffy on eating it because it's still in the package and everything. But sometimes, have you ever gotten baked goods from someone you don't know and you're like, I don't know if I really want to eat that. So keep in mind who you're giving a treat to and how they're going to feel about it. So you can't wait to for the quick things tonight. Yay. Good. Yeah. Tonight we're doing bag tags. No, tag toppers. So I'm going to show you what I just showed you. How to make these with just a plain piece of paper. Like you don't have to have the printout. You can do your artwork on here, but you'll also have the printout because I'm giving you that as a gift for being as a part of the class. So, and then what is Tuesday? Tuesdays are boxes and bags. No, I can't remember, but anyway, it's gonna be fun. You'll be inspired. And again, we're going to talk about like different recipes and stuff in the group. So that's always fun. I love treats. I would make a different holiday treat every day of December, but I would be a lot larger than I am now. And I wish it was acceptable because I would do it. I love snacks. I love snacks. They're my favorite. So, I can't wait to find out what y'all's is. All right. And then don't forget, if you want to get the box, if you want the box. Aw, thank you, Sue. You're so sweet. You're so encouraging. We have that. And then next week, I will see y'all next week to do part 2 of this. And then on the iPad after, if you're interested. All right. Love you guys. Bye. Thanks for letting me cry today. See ya. Bye.